Hi, welcome to Stitches and Orts in the Desert. I think this is Flosstube number 5. I'm Karen, and sometimes my daughter Shannon joins me. And we were hoping that was going to happen today, but she won't be here till later. We've got Kennedy, the oldest, has got music lessons for her. She's in the band now, 6th grade, and she's learning how to do the drum pad and bells, and so she has the lesson, so she won't be here till later. And so we leave for Durango tomorrow, and I haven't even started packing. I do have some of our groceries. We take some with us, and then we'll buy some there. We're gonna go for 2 weeks. So as you know, I live in Phoenix, and let's see, we broke a record of 111 this week. So if I can tell you, I cannot wait to go to Durango, where it's gonna be warm for them, but it'll be the lower 80s. And now we will have, but in the evening it's going to be in the high 40s. So for us, that's full on winter weather. And I pulled out some of my long sleeves and I can't wait. So we're going to go there for 2 weeks. I think I said that in my last Flosstube. I'll be working 2 or 3 days while I'm there at least. And then we'll go from there. I apologize if you can hear my neighbor's dog barking. It's kind of an ongoing thing, and it's been doing much better because we asked them to please have him not bark so much. And now, of course, right when I start filming this, he's out there. So I hope it's not too noisy for those of you who have earphones on, and it's not too distracting. I think it won't be very long because they've been very good since we had that awkward conversation of, please, we don't want your dog barking all day long and all night long and keeping us up. So how many of you have had to do that with a neighbor? Not fun. And so it's been about 10 days, and so far they've been okay. They've definitely taken the dog and kept it inside more, which I feel like I saved the dog because it's really hot here and they were leaving him out all the time. And so now the dog has to be inside. And so I think I did the dog a favor by complaining about the noise. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, enough talking about neighbors and dogs, and we'll call that my orts for the day, my odd random thoughts to talk about. So I have been trying to furiously stitch in the last 2 weeks since I filmed last. I filmed on Sunday 2 weeks ago, and today's Saturday, September 11th. So for those of you in America, and I think the whole world it impacted, don't forget this was a horrible day in our history, and I remember where I was and where my kids were and how traumatizing it was, and I express sympathy to all those who actually lost friends and family on that day. And don't ever forget history. It's when we forget history that things start repeating themselves, right? So we want to always make sure that we remember that day. So as I move forward, I'm going to talk about the things I stitched. I'm going to do that thing where I make you dizzy and show you. I kind of think, leave a comment, but I think I might just start showing my Heaven and Earth design, the lakeside that I show every time. I may start showing it just every other time so you can see stuff, but I have been stitching on it, and I've put in the 2 weeks, I've put about 1,400 stitches in it, which isn't bad. So I'm almost down to I have about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have about 800 stitches to get to the end of the row. I try to get a row done for you guys, but it didn't happen. So I will show you this. I'm just going to take it over here and show you, as you can see. So I just started on the third row, and now I'm down to where I have about 800 stitches on that third row. I like it because I don't know if you can notice, but I got to some brown in the blue. So it's always nice when you have these same colors forever when you get to go to another one. So I know a lot of you park your threads, and I did that and I've said that, but what I do is I take 2 squares of 200 and I start on the right and I pick that color, and then I stitch till my thread's out, and then I take the next color and I stitch till my thread's out. I kind of picked that up from X Stitch MD, and it works for me. And so I will sometimes go cross country. I don't think I'll ever show any of you the backs. For those of you that are perfectionists, it would send you over the top, but especially on a Heaven and Earth, because it becomes kind of like a tapestry in the back. But anyway, I'm excited. It was exciting to start seeing some more of the tops of the trees, and moving on to that. So I worked on that a lot. This is kind of haul, because last time I talked about the mystery stitch along with Evertoad and Modern Folk Embroidery, and that started on September 1st, and so I didn't want to stitch it, show it, everything, and I let my daughter take the bag that it was in, and I took the new August bag that came, so I don't have that to show. And most of you probably, I showed it on my Instagram, which by the way is up and running, Stitches in Orts in the Desert. And so, you know, if you are watching this and you're not a subscriber, I would love it if you subscribe, hit like, make comments, and then you can also find me on Instagram where I share stuff. But anyway, here's this pattern, and it's called Mary Harry 1808, a Pennsylvania sampler by Modern Folk Embroidery. And I've started on it, and I'll show you, but here is the actual pattern. Isn't that, I love it because it's got some beautiful colors in it. So that is the pattern that was the stitch along. And then, so I got started on it. I'm not taking it off the frame, but here are the colors from it. I'm trying not to hold it up forever so I don't have another floss tube that begins with colors. So there's those. And then here is what I've started on. So it has a couple of specialty stitches. Eyelet stitch, and I think it's called well, sorry about that. So the eyelet stitch, and there was good instructions. I appreciate that. And the rococo stitch, I'm not sure that's how you pronounce it, or the queen stitch. And I did some of those just to practice, but here's where I'm at. I'm still working on page 1, but I started a little bit of this alphabet, which is 1 over 1. And then here is the rococo or queen stitch, and then I did 1 eyelet stitch. And working along, here's some acorns. But aren't the colors so pretty? And then look at this. I'll take my needle off of it. For those of you who know Modern Folk Embroidery, that's Jacob. Isn't that amazing? And it says, stitch and be merry. Anyway, I think that's great. A great addition to it that came with the kit. And it came with the bag, like I said, and I let my daughter use that bag for a different project because I loved it, but I also loved, which I showed y'all last time, my October bag. So that's where I am on that, and I made pretty good progress on that. So I'm proud, considering I was stitching on a lot of different stuff. And I think last time I had started, but I didn't have a lot of this done. So I've been working on, this was with Resist Stitch, I think it is, Allison, and then for the journal, and Bendy Stitchy, Michelle Garrett, it's that the world is odd and sometimes wonderful. And I'm doing this one, I think this is on a 36 count, I believe. And so I'm just doing it 1 stitch, 1 over 1. So I made some progress. I had some of the outside done and had started on the world, but so this is kind of where I am. You can see. And so I got the lock done and the key and the flower. I'm moving right along the little cute snail. I did have more of this done. I think maybe even last time, but I had to pull it out. I'd made a mistake. So I have to do the basket again. But this is the first time I've done the linen or with 1 strand only. And I probably could have done it 2, but I like it and I'm enjoying the 1 strand. So that's kind of nice. So that I got that far on that one. And then the one that I show you every time, and I just moved to page 4 of The Great Outdoors by, it's through that Cross Stitch for the Earth by Emma Congdon. I showed that, and I think I just dropped my needle. Oh, there it is. Thank goodness. I was not going to look forward to finding that when I stepped on it later. But anyway, I finished page 3 just this morning, and when I was on, and before I show you, I'll talk about that. So I know most of you probably know about Two Martini Stitcher, Erin, Alicia from Resist Stitch, Rachel Ray, and Michelle Bendy are doing, and lots of other people have joined in, and it's for MMIW, Missing Murdered Indigenous Women, and they're doing a whole September and October Stitch 100 Hours, and they're having auctions. You can go to their Instagram page and find Michelle Bendy. It's not Michelle Bendy. I always say that, Michelle Garrett, but it's Bendy Stitchy. She's doing a lot of auctions, and today they had their first Zoom meeting, and you could, I think you just had to donate $10 to the cause, and then you got on. It was the first 30 people, and I actually won a quirky Quaker design I'm gonna get, but we did that today, and so when I was stitching on that, I finished page 3 of my Great Outdoors sampler from that, and I moved to page 4. So I'm so excited because remember I started this at the end of July thinking it would be for the next year, and I know I say this every time and you're like, yeah, we know, but for those of you that are new, I thought, hey, maybe I'll give this to the people I'm giving it to the next year for Christmas, but I'm gonna get it done. My goal was to finish. I finished page 1 and 2 just the last week of July and August, and then started on page 3, and now I'm finished with page 3. And I had said I wanted to do page 4 in October, but I'll probably just keep working on it some. So anyway, I started page 4 while I was on that Zoom call. I have one thread hanging down because I was working on that. But look at this. Isn't this amazing? I'm sorry for the wrinkles. I know some of you iron, but isn't that just fantastic? I am so excited. I literally just have page 4 now. I've started on it. Since I'll be on vacation some, now we'll be hiking and doing some other things, but I think I'm going to have a lot of stitching time. Just be and my husband. We'll be chilling. I'm wondering if I can get most of this done in 2 weeks. If not 2 weeks, then the next time I'm sure it'll be done to show you guys, and I just think that's so exciting, and I love it, and it's all the things that the people I'm giving it to do about outdoors, and so that's really exciting too. But I think that's really all the stuff that I've stitched on. I do have some haul, and then I'm gonna have a giveaway, so I hope you're sticking around at the end. I really just do this channel because I don't know why so many people do Flosstube now. I started it, and bunches of people have started on, but I do it just to be able to talk about my love of cross stitch and connect with the community, and I want to just give back. And so it's just to celebrate the start of my channel. It's not some big subscriber number because I don't have a lot of subscribers, but it has definitely grown, and I'm still super small, and that's okay. So this will be the time that the odds of you winning, if you're like me, I don't have good odds of winning, so your odds of winning are going to be high because I don't have tons of people subscribe, and I want you to be a subscriber, and I'm going to give all the details later. And of course, make sure when you're leaving your comments, and I'll tell you what to comment if you want it, just make sure you don't say giveaway. I'll tell you what to say. Make sure you're 18 or over so I can ask for your address, and please be a subscriber. And but I'll show that to you in a minute. So I have a lot of haul. I showed you the modern folk embroidery, and then I got these in the mail from It's Charm School. And it was so nice. They sent a note. They sent me my invoice. I had seen, so I do love a good needle minder, but as I've told you all, I love my Annie's thread keeps. So I'm always on the lookout for like a ring and a pretty thread drop holder. And so I realized that on It's Charm School, she does needle minders and stuff, but she also does, she'll make them into these thread drops. And so I got this one. I love it. I got it from her. I got a little note thanking me for my order. It was very nice of her. And also, she gave me some stickers, which I'll show you. But anyway, hey, it's autumn. So it came with this ring, and I got this thread drop. So she can also make them into needle minders. I like it. It has this little, on the back to attach it. Almost looks like a leaf, but anyway. So see in it. So this will hold one of my patterns. I'm not sure which one yet. But she packaged it so well. It came quickly. It comes in these cute little envelopes that have a little Velcro closure, which I think I'm going to save to give something else in. And then it seems like I buy thread tuckers and then I misplace them. I don't know what I do. I have so much stuff everywhere. I think I said this last time, but when my daughter and the kiddos move out, which will probably be around December, I'm totally making part of my office a craft room and going to be organized and get everything where I know where it is, because I kind of have stuff just stuck everywhere. But anyway, here is this, and I think this is just, for me saying I don't love pumpkin spice or pumpkin stuff a couple of times ago, I do like, let's see if I can get this up here. That was weird. So let's see if I can get it to focus. There it is. So there's the back. There's that. Keeps wanting to turn there. And it's the tail tucker, so you know it splits at the end, which I won't be able to get it to do right now because I'm trying to show you. And you can tuck your threads under. You know, I needed one this last week, and of course I couldn't find the one that I thought I had, so I ordered this just last week at the max, and it came this week. So anyway, I really recommend it. I know a lot of you already get stuff from her, but you should really check it out. And then she just sent a bunch of stuff which I haven't even opened, so sorry for the crinkled paper. So you can see along with me all the stickers. So so we have, sorry, I'm just looking at all the stuff here. So it has this cute little sticker. And then, I can tell you that my granddaughter will want this one. Some of these will be hijacked from me. This cute little framed sailboat. Oh, and who doesn't love? These are going to go good in my journal too. Who doesn't love a good koala? That's not a sticker. It's just a little. It could go in your journal. Milk. Then here we do have a sticker. So some will go in my journal, and I can guarantee you some of these will be stolen by my grandchildren, especially my 7-year-old Cadence. She'll definitely want some of these. Oh, look. Little cutie. Oh, this kind of looks like my daughter's dog. I think I'll have to give that to them. Oh, who doesn't want a pineapple wearing sunglasses? Hot air balloon. Look at all the pretty colors in that. And then, my daughter, oldest daughter, Shannon, the one that's on here sometimes with me, she loves Friends, so she'll want this one to stick on something. So those are totally cute. And again, she sent them all in this nice little envelope, so I can stick them all back in there, hopefully, and not lose them everywhere. So that was part of my haul. And I really am excited about that. So my next haul could be, I think most of you have already seen them. They're up everywhere. But this is what I got in the subscription box from the Black Needle Society. It was called Cozy Stitching. I'm not going to show you the whole entire box, but it comes like this. If you're not on it, it's just so fun to get every other month. I know you have to go on the waiting list, but they had just opened some, so you might want to try and do that. So again, I really like it. I'm not going to show the whole box, but it comes with this amazing little thing, and it tells you about all the stuff that's in it. And we got like a essence of oil to be able to do that. We got some, granola that I'm going to take on my trip to have with my yogurt. So I'm glad I went through this. And we got some threads that I did not put back in there totally. And some General Arts Limited. We got a glass mug, all that stuff. But what I will show you, I think it's in here. is, guys, I love this. It's a project bag. These were a smaller project, and I'll pull out the design and stuff and show you. But this would be my spot to stitch if I could have it. I mean, I love the animals, but really it's just the trees, the stand, the coffee or the tea, the books. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I love this. So look at the girl. She's got her stand going there. She has her coffee or tea right next to her, her cat, all the books, the trees. I love this bag. So it's made kind of I don't know what you would call it. It's not like, I guess maybe a vinyl. I don't really know how to describe it, but anyway. And then, of course, I haven't taken off the cover yet. I mean, like there's a little protective coating on it I have to take off, but we got this needle minder. It says stitch everything nice, pumpkin spice, stitch everything nice. And so got that. And then look at this cool little thing we got. So it has those foxes again, and it's called a thread bed. And I'm sure y'all have seen them before, but it's got like felt on it. And so you just lay it down and you put your orts on it, and then it holds them and keeps them from being all over everywhere. I'm taking this with me to Durango because I think it's going to be perfect to lay down next to wherever I set up my stitchy spot. And we're staying in it's a studio apartment on a ranch outside of Durango, maybe 5 miles. And it looks totally cool. And so we have a beautiful view, and I'm hoping my stitchy view will be great. So then they sent this beautiful material. It's hand-dyed 32 count, which is, as I've said before, that's kind of my favorite Lugana even weave. It's a fat eighth. It's called Cypress from Fiber on a Whim. So isn't that pretty? It's like a real beautiful kind of a model green, light green, so like cypress. So anyway, I thought that was just really pretty. And then we had a pattern was included in it that was from the Blue Flower, and it's called Autumn's Hymn. And I'd been thinking of doing some autumn stuff, and I might do this one. It's kind of a little bit like a sampler, and I'll take it out of the bag. Sorry for those on headphones. I meant to take it out ahead of time. I had unzipped everything, trying not to make you hear the zippers, but anyway, it's by the Blue Flower, and it's got part of a hem on there, and this is the design. So it's go sit up on the lofty hill and turn your eyes around, where waving woods and waters wild do hymn an autumn sound. And there's a poem on the back. The summer sun is faint on them, the summer flowers depart. Sit still as all transform to stone except your musing heart. And it's called The Autumn by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. So it's just part of that. And then it's got, look at the wagon and all the cool autumn colors. And, it has the house on it and birds and all kinds of stuff on it. I like the owl on it right here. So anyway, again, I encourage you to go check out the Black Needle Society subscription box. Their retreats are great. The subscription box are always full of stuff, and they just started up a Facebook group. If you go to Black Needle Society, you have to answer 3 questions, and I haven't done it yet, but they just started up where you can trade, buy, sell stuff that maybe you didn't like. I got a glass coffee cup that came in this, and it's beautiful, but I don't drink tea, and I won't drink out of it. So I might join the group and then have it up for sale. Or who knows, I might give it away on my channel. I don't know. But anyway, and I told myself I was going to stop saying and look, there I did it again. So that was amazing. And again, I know I keep showing it, but I love this bag. Now it is for a smaller one, but I think for right now I'm gonna move the Biddy Stitchy by Michelle Garrett, the one, The Odd World. The World is Odd and Sometimes Beautiful. I think I'm gonna move it in there because it's not a full size pattern and it's gonna fit in there, and there's not a lot of threads, and so I think that'll fit perfect, and it's sturdy, and I'm gonna be able to travel with it. I'm curious, how many of you, when you're going on vacation, take a bunch of projects with you? So the good note is that we're driving. So obviously it's just my husband and I, and so we have a lot more room, and I could take whatever I want. In fact, last night he's like, are you going to take your heaven and earth and your stand? And I'm like, no, I'm not taking my stand, because it's not just my stand. I have like the whole, I've showed you before about my Stitchy chair over there. Let's see if I can show it real quick. You see down there that on the floor, it's like a file cabinet box. That's the chair I stitch in. It has all my threads for that project are all in thread keepers, and so in that file box, and they stay right there, and so it would just be really too much to take, but I am taking a bunch of projects. So I think I'm going to take Meditation Garden by Jan Hicks. I didn't really work on that, so I didn't bring it down to show you. And I'm definitely going to take my, obviously, The Great Outdoors, because I'd like to finish that. I'm going to take the Michelle Bendy, and I'm going to take the Autumn Folk Embroidery. So that's 4. I think that's plenty. Why? I don't know if you're the same way, but I'm like, what if I want to stitch on something else? I found this last 2 weeks that I typically stay with one thing for a while, but I was having a hard time doing that. Even with my Heaven and Earth, I was downstairs and I was working on it, and I'd put about 150 stitches in it, and then I'd be like, okay, I need to change to something else. So I switched projects a lot this time, moving from one to other. I think I made a lot of progress, but I just am gonna take all of those and see, and I thought about taking even more, and then I was like, okay, Karen, get a grip. You're going to be doing stuff with Carl. We're going to be hiking. We're going to be sitting outside enjoying the beautiful weather, which I hope the views from what I can see on VRBO are amazing. We have a little porch we can sit out on. I hope to be sitting outside a lot to do that. We won't have a fire with us, obviously, but there is a fireplace inside. It's a full kitchen. It's just a little studio, but it's really cute. And I will I have to decide. I'll either film here when I get here next week, or I might even film from there and just show you all my progress on the 4 and do a little walkthrough of the VRBO and show you the view and stuff. The only thing is I keep trying to get Shannon on here and it doesn't seem to work. So eventually she'll be back on here. So we'll see about that. And that's kind of my plans, is just we're going to pack up today. I got to go pick up an order from Target, just a few things I wanted to get for the trip. And then I've got to come, I've got laundry going, I've got to pack, I've got to get all the groceries. We have a cooler ready to go. We have it down, we camp a lot, so we're not going to be camping, which I love camping, but I also love having a real bed and a shower and a kitchen. So we won't eat out most nights. We'll cook. Again, traveling with COVID, we both have been vaccinated, and I'm trying to see when I can schedule the booster, but we will wear a mask and we just won't go in and eat in a restaurant because it's just unknown. So many people that are not vaccinated, and with this Delta variant, we don't want to chance it. So we're going to, I'm bringing a lot of crock pot stuff, and we'll just put it on in the morning, go do our thing, hike, have a great day, and then come back and it'll be ready. So the first 2 days we're there, I have to work, and I have actually Zoom meetings all day, both days. And then after that, I'll take the rest of the week off, and I'll probably have most of the next week off too. So we'll see. But anyway, there's a possibility in my plans that you will actually get your next floss tube from Durango, and you can see the views, and we'll go from there, and I'll show you all the stuff. There just won't be any haul, because any haul I get will show up here at my house. So, all right, to end this, we're going to talk about the giveaway. So I got this. I was feeling like it was Halloween, right? In September, my granddaughters and I went for a trip to Spirit Halloween last week. They lucked out. I took them to Michael's, and wouldn't you know, when we got there, The electricity was out at that specific store only. I was like, seriously? So, because I was going to buy maybe a project for us to do for Halloween and some decorations, but also, hey, I was in Michael's. I could look around, right? So we wound up driving them, and I took them to Spirit Halloween, which they were totally excited about that just as much. And I got the youngest granddaughter, who's 7. She'll be 8 in November. I got her all her stuff for her costume. The 11-year-old can't decide whether she's too old to dress up or not. You know how that is. 11 years old, they're really too cool for all of us, right? But at the same time, they have all those hormones. I think 11 to 13 for girls is just the worst time. But anyway, we went, and so they started decorating my house for Halloween because they love Halloween. And so we've got a few decorations up. I typically don't really decorate for Halloween. We live in a small gated community, so we don't get trick-or-treaters here, which is sad to me. I loved it. I used to be in a house where I got like 250 trick-or-treaters, which got expensive because you had to buy so much candy. But I just sat outside and passed out candy all night long, and that was a blast. And I did that for many years, and so I do kind of miss that. So the kids are excited. They're decorating the house and getting excited. So anyway, I thought, hey, it's Sampler September, but I kind of am in the mood for Halloween. And so I purchased this. And also, how can you go wrong with Blackbird Designs? So this is going to be my giveaway. If you can see this, isn't that amazing? So after I got it, I was like, oh, it's so beautiful. I wish I would have bought 2 so I could have one. But I am not going to stitch it and keep it and not give it away because I purposely bought it because I wanted to help people get samplers or help people get in the mood for Halloween, whatever it is that you want to stitch on. So again, this is called Halloween Eve by Blackbird Designs. And so I will draw for it on the next video. As I said, I have a low subscriber number, so your odds are amazing. But let's go ahead and put in the comments, do you like to stitch more Halloween stuff or do you like autumn more? For me, living in Phoenix, we don't have seasons, but I love tree leaves changing. I love autumn. I like to pretend like it's going to get cool here. We plan on doing a trip. We hope to see some leaves change at the end of September because we're going to be there for 2 weeks in Durango, but we plan on taking a trip to just do fall leaf changing and see all that. We take a lot of trips in September. School's back in session, and so you don't have as many families, and it's not as busy, and it's before it gets really cold places. So anyway, boy, I'm rambling, right? So put in your comment whether you like to stitch more Halloween, or you love Halloween, or you like more autumn. I just want you to comment about that. But the word on there is, let's just put, let's say, this shouldn't be so complicated, right? So just tell me for fun whether you like Halloween or cross stitch more, but let's put the word Eve on there. So it's, the pattern's Halloween Eve. So just put the word Eve, and you know, if you don't answer me and you just put the word Eve, I'll still qualify you. I just am going to be looking for the word Eve in there. And remember, like I said earlier, please be 18 or older. Please be a subscriber. If you would hit like on the video and share with your friends, that would be great. I hope you give me feedback on things that you want to see or hear in the future. And I really appreciate those of you that have subscribed, have stuck with it. I want to make this a channel about my cross stitch, but something that you enjoy and you feel you find helpful, and stuff you want to see. So I'm always open to feedback. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you get vaccinated. Please, please, please get vaccinated. I want to be able to travel again where I don't have to wear a mask all the time. And mainly just remember, stitch what you want when you want. Don't put rules on yourself. Do what makes you feel happy. This is cross stitch is for fun, and it's to help you relax. It helps a lot of people with anxiety. So be well, and also head over to 2 Martini Stitcher and check out and see if you can give something, support one of the stitchers so that we can help out the goal for giving funds to MMIW, and make an impact in our world. And that's it. I'll see you next time.